All right, boys, we're gonna go over UFC Fight Night Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez because it's just such an exciting card. That's what we're gonna go over it because we're all super excited to see this banger of a fight that is Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. Anyways, we're gonna start with Evan Elder versus Darius Flowers. I'm gonna go with Darius Flowers here because Darius Flowers looked pretty good in his last few opponents. I think he's fought better opponents. He looked pretty good against Jake Matthews. He did cheat in that fight, but in MMA you can kind of just cheat and you won't get penalized for it. So fair play to him. Evan Elder's decent. He's just kind of chinny. He got rocked in his last fight against Gennaro Valdez. I didn't like seeing that from him. I got Darius Flowers here. I think Darius Flowers probably going to chin him. It's probably going to be back and forth until he chins him, unless Evan Elder comes through with a bunch of grappling, because Darius Flowers can't really grapple. It seems to be his heel is getting taken down. Nonetheless, I will go with Darius Flowers here. I think he probably chins him. Moving on, we got Josh Fremd versus Ange Petroski. Super weird fight. Ange Petroski should win this fight. Josh Fremd isn't very good. He had a lot of trouble with Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett's not very good. Did he lose that fight, actually? He beat Jamie Pickett, right? You can't lose to Jamie Pickett. Okay, he beat Jamie Pickett. I do remember Jamie Pickett was going with the he was just kind of trying to spam grapple, and it was working. Had Fremd tired, he ended up winning the decision. Got knocked out by Roman Kopylov. That makes a lot of sense. Roman Kopylov is decent at fighting. Was able to sub Cedricus Dumas. He's just kind of like he's here and he's there. He's not really the same guy every time he fights. He does have a pretty large frame advantage, I think. 6'3" to 6 feet. He always has a frame advantage. It doesn't really seem to help him, though, a lot of the time. Andre Petroski should win this fight. If Andre Petroski loses this fight, then he should probably hang him up because his skill, like the people that Petroski's beaten before, are a lot better than Josh Fremd. So it's like, I don't know. But then again, it's like he has been getting beat up. Beat Gerald Meerschaert by decision. I mean, that's decent. Knocked him down. It seemed to be a pretty close fight. Got knocked out by Michel Pereira. That's fair. Bro's been killing it. Beat Wellington Thurman. Wellington Thurman's decent. Beat Nick Maximov. Nick Maximov was decent at the time. You know what I mean? Like, Petroski has good wins, especially in contrast to Josh Fremd. They've been against somewhat equal opponents. This was a super weird fight. Andre Petroski versus Malkoun. It was like somewhat of an even fight, and then Petroski like out of nowhere got concussed. I don't know. It was weird. He like went for a takedown. I guess when his face slapped the thigh of Malkoun, he got concussed. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. It was super weird. Go watch it for yourself if you want to see it. He didn't get hit by a punch that knocked him down. He went for a takedown and he got TKO'd via takedown attempt. I don't know. But I am going to go with Petroski here anyways. It's kind of a make or break fight for either guy. One thing I will say is Josh Fremd was able to hurt Anthony Fluffy Hernandez when they fought. That was actually a surprisingly pretty close fight, and Fluffy's been killing it lately. Maybe Fremd pulls this off. I don't fucking know. This is genuinely a 50-50 pick'em fight. I would not put my money on this fight, but I'm going to ride with Petroski just because he should win. I don't fucking know, man. But moving on. Moving on. We got... What do we got? Come on, man. Losing my mind over here, man. God damn it. Moving on, we have Luana Santos versus Mariya Agapova. Now, Luana Santos probably going to win this fight via grapple spam. Mariya Agapova, she's decent. She's more of a striker primarily. I remember when she first went to the UFC, she was like kind of beating the shit out of all of her opponents like really quickly too, like first rounding them, kind of just over and over. She started facing adversity, hasn't looked the same since. She just gets subbed, man. She got subbed by Marina Moroz, she's not known for subbing people. Then she got subbed by Julien Robertson, which is okay because Julien Robertson is actually pretty good and is known for subbing people. But before she got subbed by Julien Robertson, from the looks of the stats, she was beating her fucking ass, huh? 39-4 on strikes. But I mean, every time she threw it, not every 3 for 7 on takedowns. Okay, see, this is more interesting than you would think. I don't know. I mean, women's MMA, right? It's not the most consistent thing ever. Luana Santos has looked pretty good though. beat up Stephanie Egger. I mean, it was kind of a close fight, though. I mean, shit, that's honestly kind of concerning. I mean, if this fight is close and it goes to decision, they're going to give it to Luana Santos, I think. I mean, she's younger, she's cuter. You know, women's MMA, man, it's pretty standard procedure. I'm taking Luana Santos here just based on momentum. It just seems like things are trending her way. For that reason, I'm going to go Luana Santos here. Mariya Agapova, though, not a bad underdog pick. Let me tell you, not a bad underdog pick. You're taking that pick. Not mad at you. Actually, I think I kind of like it if you're taking that pick. I kind of like it if you're taking that pick, honestly. That's pretty cool. It's the type of shit I would do. But you put a gun to my head and ask me, I'm probably going Luana Santos. Moving on, we got Montel Jackson versus Damon Blacksher. You know, I'm going to go with Damon Blacksher here. I think Damon Blacksher is pretty fucking good. Montel Jackson is also pretty fucking good. But I think Damon Blacksher is a little bit better. I think Damon Blacksher beat Mario Batista. That's just what I think. He fought him on like 10 days notice. It was a great fight. Mario Batista is pretty good. You know, Montel Jackson beat up Ronnie Yaya. Ronnie Yaya is 40 years old. You know, you can't take much from that. The dude's out of his prime. Before that, he beat Julio Arce. Who hasn't? You know, beat him by decision. He has power in his hands. You know, don't get me wrong. Montel Jackson gets this one done. I'm not going to be the most surprised guy in the world. I'm really not. But I'm liking Damon Blacksher here, especially with plus money here. I'm liking Damon Blacksher here. I mean, look at these stats, bro. Who does it look like won? 90-79, 4 takedowns to 2. How does Mario Batista win this fight? Could someone tell me how? But anyways, I mean, shit, I don't even know what to say about that. I'm taking Damon Blacksher, though, man. The dude's fucking good. He's able to put that type of fight on Mario Batista on like 2 weeks' notice. I love that. I really do. Jose Johnson, I believe this is the dude that's hella tall fighting at flyweight now. Subbed him in 1 round. Went to a draw with Yusuf Zalal, which is like, Yusuf Zalal is looking pretty fucking good. You know, Yusuf Zalal's been looking good, so that's a good draw to have. I'm taking Damon Blacksher here, man. My opinion. It's just, it is what it is. Especially plus money. It's one of my underdog picks of the card, man. Let's do it. Moving on, we got Jasmin Jasudavicious versus Fatima Kline. Now, I didn't know who she was prior to this. Not gonna lie, I did my research on her. She just hasn't fought the caliber of opponents that Jasmin Jasudavicious fought. You know what I mean? Jasmin Jasudavicious, she fought a competitive fight against Tracy Cortez. I mean, I believe this is the Priscilla Cachoeira fight. I don't know why Google doesn't have this up. Subbed her, really beat her up in that fight. Just look at the strikes, 326 strikes to 26. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Knocked her down once, too. Like, man, she was really struggling to get the submission in that fight just because, I mean, I feel like, if I remember correctly, she had the arm triangle for like a really long time. I think she ended up getting the arm triangle, though. But she was having a hard time, like, figuring it out. You know, she just needs more time on the mats, I guess. But yeah, just the clinch exchanges, it was one-sided. The strike, every time she went for a takedown, it was like butter. I mean, I guess not, but you know what I mean. It was a dominant fight. Competitive one against Tracy Cortez, who is headlining this card and is considered to be a lot better than a lot of female fighters. I'm going with Jasmin Jasudavicious here. I know they're trying to bring in someone young, and you know what I mean. Fatima Kline, undefeated, 23 years old. Like, we've seen it before. Like, she's putting her up against the 35-year-old fighter who is, you know, past their prime or whatever. And we've seen a lot of fraud checks. You can't forget it. We've seen a lot of fraud checks. She's supposed to be a young prospect. I think Jasmin Jasudavicious 29-28's her. Maybe Fatima Kline has a good round where she kind of just rolls on top of her. But I mean, she's been fighting people and not finishing them. And these are like low caliber opponents. I mean, we could take a look right here. You know, in her last fight, she took a 6-3 opponent to decision. Before that, took a 5-3 opponent. Oh, she finished her, but still, like, finished her with punches in round 3. It was probably a fatigue knockout if I had to guess. 1-0, 4-1. Like, she's fighting low caliber opponents, and she's, like, not finishing them every single time. And it's just none of those fighters, I think, are of the same caliber as Jasmin Jasudavicious, to be completely honest. Like, she definitely has that dog in her. Her last loss was to Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez is good, and it was like a good fight. I remember that fight. Like, they were chirping each other, talking shit, good back and forth fight. Beat Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick is good. So, I'm taking Jasmin Jasudavicious all day there. Pretty sure she's an underdog too. If not a pick'em fight. It's another one you're going to have to give me. Give me Jasmin Jasudavicious. For sure. Next up, we got Josh Van versus Charles Johnson. This is another underdog pick that I like. You're going to have to give me Charles Johnson here, man. Josh Van is 22. I mean, he's good, but I mean, bro, people are really hyping this guy up like he's that fucking guy. I'm not sure he's that fucking guy, man. I think he has a hole in his game. I think he's very weak to grappling. I think no one's exposed him for it yet. I think Charles Johnson exposes him for it. I think Charles Johnson mixes it up on the feet. I think he takes him down a few times. I think Josh Van's going to be looking like he's lost in there. Like, what the fuck? Someone took me down. What's going on? He's gotten better with his takedown defense than he was before, but I just think Charles Johnson is... Talk about another guy that's always counted out of his fights, man. He's been upsetting everybody, bro. He upset Jake Hadley. Jake Hadley's pretty fucking good, man. He upset Jake Hadley his last fight. He upset this guy who was undefeated, Azat Maxim. I remember this was like a 5-1. He was like plus 400 in this fight, bro. Beat him by decision. You know what I'm saying? And the thing with Charles Johnson is he's really not that good, but he has that dog in him. Like, that's the thing, is he's not a guy that is going to quit in there. He's not quitting in there. So you got to beat him every single fucking round. If you don't beat him every single round, then the fight's just never over. I feel like he just has that inherent dog in him. But yeah, he's just the type of guy. He went on his little streaks. He's had some robbery defeats. He's lost to lower level comp. But guess what? When he shows up when he's fighting the big dogs, and that's what I like to see. Like I said, defeated a fighter that was 17-0 at the time. Right after that was an underdog again. Defeated Jake Hadley pretty definitively. I mean, the dude's a fucking stud fighter, honestly. He's come a long way, and he's getting better. I just don't like ever seeing a 22-year-old fighter that's never faced adversity like Josh Van. Don't get me wrong, Josh Van is fucking good, and if he does win this fight, I'm not going to be the most surprised guy ever, but I just don't think he's fought a guy like Charles Johnson yet, a guy that has an equal, if not bigger, dog than him. And when he fought Zuglas Zamagulov, I mean, I feel like Zuglas low-key won this fight. So I don't know. It's on numbers he didn't, but you know what I mean. It's never a good look. I know Charles Johnson, I'm pretty sure, also got a robbery victory over the same guy, but it is what it is at this point. I'm taking Charles Johnson at plus money. I think he's plus 200 here, so give me that all fucking day. All fucking day. Taking Charles Johnson there. That's it for the prelims. On to the main card. We got... Dude, if they try to remake Macy Barber versus Rose Namajunas, dude, why? Men and Fair fucking kill both of them. Like, talk about some shit I don't get. I just don't get it. I guess they're trying to make a fight for Rose. Like, why? Macy Barber should be... I don't know. I just don't fucking know. Because I feel like this is low-key title elimination. That's what I don't get about it. Why? Anyways. Abdul Razak Alhassan versus Cody Brundage. Now look, Abdul Alhassan should win this fight, but is he gonna win this fight? I don't fucking know. He's 38. Cody Brundage is you know, is he in his prime? Is he not in his prime? I mean, the dude's not very good, but he stuffed Bo Nickel takedown. The great almighty Bo Nickel had his takedown stuffed by Cody Brundage, bro. I don't know. Bo Nickel was able to get the sub and shit, but I mean, what a fucking snooze fest of a fight. Even on paper, the numbers are kind of similar there. I don't know. Either Bo Nickel's a fraud or Cody Brundage is a sleeper prospect. You know what I mean? Knocked out Zachary Reese. It's weird, man. Cody Brundage shows glimpses of being decent, but then he loses a decision to Dricus Dumas. You know? I mean, gets killed by Jacob Malkoun and somehow gets a disqualification victory. Like, gets killed by Michael Olds, doesn't even touch him. Gets 3 takedowns, though. I don't get how that works. Knocked out Tresean Gore. I'll never forget this shit. This shit was hilarious to watch. Tresean Gore chirping crazy, gets knocked out by Cody Brundage. I don't know, man. Alhassan should win this fight, but if Alhassan takes him down, I don't know. Cody Brundage takes him down and just kind of holds him there. I see a route for victory there. If Cody Brundage can go into the fight with a good game plan, and he doesn't abandon it, and he doesn't just like, get like, because I could really see Cody Brundage being up 2 rounds, and the fight's his, and then he gets a little lazy, and fucking Alhassan knocks him the fuck out with like a head kick or something crazy, right? Because I mean, Alhassan's he's just a fast twitch. He's just like one of those guys. He's just like a big ass ball of muscle. He's kind of like Chaos Williams, but just way better. They fought. That didn't last long, but I don't know. There is a route for victory here for Alhassan. I mean, he's just gonna have to knock him out. I don't see Alhassan winning a decision, or winning in any other way that's not knockout. So it's kind of like, the question here is, do you think Abdul Alhassan is going to knock out Cody Brundage? If you do think he's going to knock him out, go Alhassan. If you think the fight plays out any other way, then go Brundage. With the new gloves that the UFC has, there's only been 5 finishes out of like 43 fights or some shit like that. And I believe that 2 of the 5 knockouts were weird. They weren't like just boom, you get knocked out. So it's like, I think it was one of the 5 was with an elbow, and one of them was like a TKO. I don't know. But point being is that the new gloves haven't been very good for knocking people out. I'm gonna take Cody Brundage here. Not my most confident pick, but I'm gonna go Cody Brundage there. Don't like seeing fighters over 38 that are relying on knockouts in fights, especially with the new shit gloves. I don't like it. We're going Cody Brundage there. Moving on. We got Julien Erosa versus Christian Rodriguez. Let's see if Christian Rodriguez can make weight. He's moving up to featherweight. I mean, I'll watch this. We'll just keep missing weight, keep going up weight classes, bro. We're about to see Christian Rodriguez in heavyweight. I don't get why they're so lenient about him missing weight, though. I think he's missed weight in every single one of his fights. Has he ever made weight? It's a super frustrating thing to see, bro, because it's just not fair. It's just not fucking fair. I do think he's gonna beat Julien Erosa, though. Julien Erosa, he's just the kind of guy that he's either gonna win by like flying knee, or he's gonna lose badly. That's it. There's no third option for this guy. He either gets killed or he kills instantly. His fights normally aren't close. You don't normally see Julien Erosa in close fights. You always see him either get destroyed or destroy the other guy. So it is tough betting on Julien Erosa, especially in this type of situation. He kind of needs this. I'm interested to see how Christian Rodriguez looks at featherweight, because he was in bantamweight in his last fight, kind of. He missed weight, but he was in bantamweight. So it's like, I don't know. It's a strange one. But, or was he? No, he was in featherweight his last fight. And he beat Bulgarian, even though he didn't win this fight. Bulgarian fucking won this fight, dude. He had 7 fucking takedowns, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It just seems like if you're not a Dagestani fighter, takedowns don't matter. Takedowns only matter if you're a Dagestani fighter. I don't know. It's one of those weird things. Like when Khabib does 7 takedowns in a fight, it's excellence. It's greatness. It's, oh my God, he's the best ever. Isaac Bulgarian does it, and it's like, oh, well, you just lost a split decision, buddy. So, I don't know. I got Christian Rodriguez here, especially knowing that he fought Isaac Bulgarian in featherweight. He's already had a featherweight fight. He should be able to beat Julien Erosa pretty soundly here. One thing I will say, though, is that Julien Erosa could sneak in like a sneaky-ass submission here. That's one thing I will say, similar to what he did to Ricardo Ramos. I could see a universe where Christian Rodriguez shoots a takedown, Julien Erosa sinks in like a sneaky guillotine. Might cause some problems. But nonetheless, I do think Christian Rodriguez will get this done, though. We're going to go Christian Rodriguez there. But, man, if Julien Erosa got it done... I mean, I could see Julien Erosa getting it done just so that I'm wrong, honestly. But we're going to go safe. We're going to go Christian Rodriguez there. He should be able to get it done. Anyways, Gabriel Bonfim, Ange Loosa. Ange Loosa's going to quit again. This fool's a fucking quitter, dude. Oh, my goodness. Watching Ange Loosa versus Brian Battle, I made an edit about it. That's how bad it was. I literally made an edit about it. It was crazy, man. This dude's fucking losing. He is losing, right? Like, he's eating shots you don't want to eat. Brian Battle's basically whooping his ass, like Brian Battle said he was. He gets nudged in his eye, bro. Like, man, talk about a fucking soft little baby poke, man. Like, if you can't take those types of eye pokes, you just probably shouldn't fight, man. I know it's tough. I didn't get eye poked. It's hard for me to say. But, bro, come on, dog. He quits in there. No contest. I don't like seeing it happen. I have no choice but to root for Gabriel Bonfim here. No choice but to root for Gabriel Bonfim here. Ange Loosa has a huge opportunity to have a huge upset here against Gabriel Bonfim. Do I think he's going to be able to pull it off? No. Even if I did think he was going to pull it off, I'm picking against him. I don't like quitters. I didn't like it. We're going Gabriel Bonfim here just because me and my homies don't like Ange Loosa. We don't like him. Even though he did get knocked out by Nick Dalby crazy times. MMA is crazy, dude. That's why we love MMA, because Nicholas Dalby knocks out Gabriel Bonfim sometimes. That's why we love the sport. Anyways, we're going Bonfim by probably decision or something, bro, because I don't think he's going to be able to sub Ange Loosa unless Ange Loosa decides to quit again, then he'll sub him. Ange Loosa's a quitter. Anyways, Gabriel Bonfim, that's what we're doing here. Gabriel Bonfim's the pick. But hey, if you feel a little frisky, I know the odds on that fight are fucking nuts. So if you feel like you're feeling lucky this Saturday, then hey, go ahead and sprinkle Ange Loosa. But if you do, just know that we're not friends. Don't like you. Anyways, Drew Dober, Gene Silva, John Silva, Gene Silva, John Silva. We're gonna call him Gene Silva. Looks like Gene. I'm going with Gene Silva. The reason I'm going with Gene Silva is because I went with Charles Jourdain last time he fought, and Gene Silva killed him. So I'm not picking against him again. He's 27. Drew Dober's 35. Drew Dober's going to slow down at some point. He's always fighting crazy in his fights. I think at some point it's going to get to the best of him. At some point it's going to fuck him up. Got beat up by Renato Moicano, man. You can't take this much damage in all your fights. It catches up to you. Took a lot of damage in that fight. Fight before that, he, didn't. Fight before that, he got knocked out. Fight before that, it's just, he's always in these killer be killed type fights, and we love fighters like that. That's why we love Drew Dober. But it always comes with a price. At some point, you're going to take too much damage, and it's going to be fucked. And I think this is the one that really puts a stamp on Drew Dober. I think that Gene Silva knocks him out, man. And Gene Silva isn't black, so Drew Dober's not gonna knock him out instantly. But no, in all seriousness though, I think I guess just see Gene Silva just catching him good. I think that the chin of Drew Dober is unfortunately kind of checked at this point. I do see him having his moments, but ultimately, I think once Silva finds his range and shit, I think Silva's going to be able to knock him out. I'm going with Gene Silva here. What a great fight, though. Mick Maynard was fucking cooking there. Mick Maynard was cooking, though. That's a great matchup. It's going to be a fun fight to watch, no matter what the fuck happens. But we're going with the momentum, man. We're going with the momentum. Like, Gene Silva's just so happy to be there. I mean, the dude knocked out Charles Jourdain and started crying, bro. Like, he's just so happy to be there. But yeah, I'm taking Gene Silva probably by knockout. Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Muslim Salikov. These guys are fucking old, huh? Jesus. It's just loser retires? Loser retires, maybe? This is a tough one. Muslim Salikov's pretty good. He's just 40. If they were the same age, I'd probably go Muslim Salikov. Santiago Ponzinibbio is a strange guy. He'll beat someone decent and then get knocked out by Li Jinglang. It's just the type of guy he is. Like, I don't know, bro. Like he got knocked out by Kevin Holland, but he didn't get knocked out by Michel Pereira. I don't know. Beat Beza, knocked out by Jinglang, knocked out Morono. Hasn't won since. And then Muslim Salikov got knocked out by Randy Rudeboy. Lost to Nick Dalby. What was his Nick Dalby fight looking like? Somewhat competitive. Definitely lost. Knocked out Ange Filho. Who didn't knock out Ange Filho? Fialho. My apologies. Who didn't knock him out? Li Jingliang knocked this guy out too. Wow, Li Jingliang's out here fucking people up. I don't know. This is one of those close ones, man. I'm probably taking Santiago Ponzinibbio here. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Muslim Salikov knocked him out, though. Wouldn't it? Like, I could honestly see Santiago Ponzinibbio winning the fight, and then Muslim Salikov, like, Santiago's against the cage, and Muslim Salikov just, boom, hits him with, like, a club overhand right, and I could just see him just, Santiago Ponzinibbio completely gone off that right hook. I could just see it. You know, both these guys have questionable chins. They're getting to that age where it's like, hey, we're one bad knockout away from calling it quits. This is the type of fight where I'd get a little frisky, probably put some money on Muslim Salikov here. But, like I said earlier, you put a gun to my head, you make me pick. I'm going Santiago Ponzinibbio by decision. I mean, I hope neither of these guys get knocked out. You just don't want to see it. You don't like seeing guys at their age get knocked out. We're going Sanabio. Nah, we're going Santiago Ponzinibbio by decision. And I think we're at the main event of the evening. The fight that we've all been waiting for. The fight that's been keeping us up late at night. Wondering how this fight is going to play out. It's just such an interesting fight. I just can't even believe that they really went and did it. They really went and did it. Nah, it's jokes. But Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. Main event of the evening. Man, Streets is rooting for Tracy Cortez. We all know why. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tracy, if you're seeing this, you know, I'm single. Just putting it out there. Not jokes, but all jokes aside, I'm rocking with Tracy Cortez here. I actually think she's pretty fucking good. She's, I don't know, Rose Namajunas is good. It's no secret. Former champ. Kicked Zhang Wei Li right in her fucking head. I respect Zhang Wei Li. I think Zhang Wei Li is a stud of a fighter. Rose Namajunas was able to kick her right in her fucking head. Wild. Not even really sure why Rose went up in weight. Kind of strange. Seemed like she was the only person that was able to deal with Zhang Wei Li at strawweight, and then she just goes up in weight. Like Rose is not beating fucking... Or actually... I mean, Rose is not beating Men in Fear. I don't think anyone's beating Men in Fear. Rose might have a shot against Alexa, though. I don't know if they would ever make... It wouldn't make sense for them to ever make Rose versus Alexa, though, because Rose lost to Men in Fear. I don't think anybody wants to fight Men in Fear, to be honest. I'm surprised they gave Erin Blanchfield to Men in Fear. I feel like they gave Erin Blanchfield to Men in Fear, hoping that Erin Blanchfield would get rid of her. Because they knew she was a fucking problem. And it didn't go their way. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, Raquel Pennington is a champ right now. Is one of the female champs. So it's just super tough. They're trying to create another star. I could see this fight being really close and seeing them give, like, a split decision to Tracy Cortez. It's just going to be strange to kind of see what the game plan is for Rose in this fight. Like, is she looking to strike? Is she looking to grapple? She's probably just looking to strike. Rose is super crafty with her strikes. And she has, like, this, like, weird power. Like, she doesn't have power the way that Men in Fear has power, where it's just, like, straight up, like, I'm just strong as fuck. I'm just going to power through you. But she does have, like, respectable power, like, one-shot pop in her shots. That's what it is. It's more pop in her shots opposed to power. She's accurate with her strikes. You know, she's one of the only female fighters that, like, will really, like, kick you in your fucking head. And it's, like, a concern that you should have. Like, you don't want to get kicked by her. Like I remember way back in the day when she kicked Michelle Waterson in her head. And then, of course, like I was saying before, Zhang Wei Li got kicked right in her head, knocked out cold. For Tracy Cortez, route to victory here is really just out. I feel like the game plan for Tracy Cortez is make the fight ugly. Make it fucking ugly. Like, you don't want to stand at range and, you know, play a chess match with Rose Namajunas. I don't think that would go her way. I think if she just rushes, just kind of bum rushes her, makes it ugly, makes Rose Namajunas back up, earns respect with her strikes, clips her early. Like, if she could hurt Rose early, I think that would really play a big role in the fight later on. But yeah, Tracy Cortez got to make it ugly. It kind of just the way this fight's gonna play out. It just depends on the fighter's game plan. Like, if Tracy Cortez goes out there, makes it ugly, I think she has a good chance of winning. If they play chess, I think Rose Namajunas is going to win a chess match with Tracy Cortez all day. She's just too seasoned. She's a veteran of the game. But with that being said, I'm rocking with Tracy Cortez here because streets are rocking with Tracy Cortez here. Streets are. And that's what's difficult is that I think everyone's money is going towards Tracy Cortez this fight. And, man, you know how shit goes when there's a lot of money on one fighter and it's a close fight, bro. And split decision. You know what I mean? That's when the robberies happen. I'm pretty sure this is a pick'em fight on the bookie, man. I mean, you can't... I feel like a safe bet is to go the over. It's probably at 2.5 rounds. I would take the over 2.5 rounds all day. I think that Tracy's really tough. She's one of the tougher female fighters. I think that even if Rose is piecing her up crazy, I think she's going to be able to just go to decision unless they pull a Mayra Bueno Silva versus Macy Chiasson and they just end the fight because she has a cut on her eyebrow. Gnarly cut, but still, like, let them fucking fight, dude. Anyways, that's the only way I see the fight ending before 2.5 rounds. But yeah, give me Tracy Cortez by split decision, and then they're probably gonna match her up with shit. I remember she was chirping about fighting Alexa. That'd be cool. I just feel like Rose is like the thing about Rose is that Rose is 32. Like, Rose isn't even old yet, so Rose might not even be in her prime. It's kind of like the Max Holloway situation. It's like Max has been around so long, you think Max is hella old. He's not. Is he even in his prime yet? We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm liking Tracy Cortez here by decision. That's what we're going to rock with. And that's it. Thanks for watching, boys. I'm gone.